Okay, let's focus now on Brazil against South Korea. Andy Edwards, huge boost for Brazil. Neymar is back fit at least. He's in the squad. With some of the other injuries, Gabriel Jesus going down with that knee injury. Of course, that's a blow for Brazil, but Neymar coming back, just the talisman he is for that team. We haven't seen him since the first group game, have we? So that's going to be a big boost for them. But Heung-min Son in South Korea, just if they can deliver a solid display, they've shown throughout this tournament, they keep plugging away. That's how they got through to the last 16 with that dramatic late win against Portugal in the group stage. So I don't want to say destiny, but there's something about this South Korea side that makes you think they're going to hang. But what a tough task against a very, very good Brazil side.
Yeah, is it as simple as they're so incredibly easy to root for, and the way that they play and the joy that they play with it's infectious to watch the South Korea team. And so I think, and obviously they've got quality, they've got players sprinkled all throughout Europe, and Son at the very, very top of that is a game changer on a level that a lot of teams at World Cups do not have. That said, Brazil have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of those, even without Gabby Jesus in the team anymore. And if you bring Neymar back in, the difference between Brazil in the first game and Brazil in the second and third group games was a little startling. They could not progress the ball. They could not link up with the forwards from the midfield without Neymar there to either carry the ball forward or attract the attention that he does. And so if you can put him back in there, even at 80%, just his presence, I think, completely changes this Brazil team and puts them back into France have been so good. I don't know if Brazil are favorites anymore, but they're certainly one of those top contenders.
Yeah, Nick, Brazil still favourites for you? Because, we all love Neymar. I know you love him as well. You tipped him to be the difference at this World Cup, and it might actually be a good thing that he's had a rest for the last few group stage games, right? I mean, Brazil got through with minimum fuss in the end, and it just feels like now there's a new tournament, and Brazil were kind of, like Andy said, all focused on France or other teams, but Brazil, and they've been exceptional for the last few years. And if Neymar's back and anywhere near fully fit, and that's a huge problem for South Korea to deal with.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a prediction here. First of all, I will want to see how Neymar looks. Does he look that bright? Does he look like his ankle's still bothering him? We know he's been through it before with this ankle. He's used to being ready despite that. But what I'm going to want to see is whether or not Napoli's Min Jae Kim takes his, because if South Korea wins this game, his transfer value at age 26 is going to go into the 9 digits. It's going to be over $100 million. He has been exceptional. That's why I bring up his name. That's not to say he can't do it, but I have been so impressed by him. I think he has allowed, when South Korea has to attack, he has allowed them to push a lot of numbers forward because he's just been very, very good.
Yeah, I've obviously he's huge, right? If you have him sort of on your team, Neymar, going back to him, it's just a big boost. Yeah, it's just the X factor kind of with Mbappe as well, right? You never know, or Leo Messi. Those 3 players are in a league of their own in this tournament, and it's almost you don't really need to do any defensive work, right? Just put them out there. We'll figure it out. Get Casemiro, get Fred, whoever doing all the dirty work, and then he's your luxury player that can unlock a defensive pass or a crazy effort. So I'm going to go prediction-wise. I'm going to start. I think Brazil are going to get through. I think South Korea will make it really hard and tough. I think Brazil will have some of those similar issues they've had during this tournament to break down teams and get into the final third. But, yeah, I'm going to do it. Andy, what do you think? Are you rooting for chaos here with a South Korea win to really blow this tournament wide open?
No, I'm not. Nick said it earlier. I want Brazil, France. I want to see that. That's what this tournament deserves. And so I think at the end of the day, it does come down to Brazil. And I think we're seeing the powers kind of separate themselves just a little bit as we get into the knockout rounds. It's not about managing 3 games. It's about, can you beat a team on the day? And Brazil have the talent, obviously, to beat absolutely anyone in the world.
Do you agree with that, Nick? Who are you going with, mate?
Yeah, I go Brazil 3-1. I just think it's expecting too much, although it would be glorious if we somehow wound up with South Korea and Japan moving onward.
Yeah, that would be pretty incredible. And like we said, this World Cup has been one that just teams from all different regions have played a huge part in it. And it's been so fun to see the level just increasing all across the globe. And that's what it's all about, right? It keeps these World Cup tournaments so interesting. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for all the latest news ahead of Brazil against South Korea, team news, how to watch information, everything you need as the Seleção. I mean, they've looked good, workmanlike so far. I haven't dazzled at the World Cup, but they just got the job done. And now this is a big one against Heung-min Son and co. I feel like Son has got something big up his sleeve here, because great assist to get South Korea into the last 16, but Brazil is going to have to be really good defensively to stop him. And a South Korea side that essentially has absolutely nothing to lose. And that's a very, very dangerous thing at this stage of a tournament.